Let's go. Get up and get them in. Hot Take Central 2.0 live from the Audi Exchange in Kirkwood, Missouri, right across the street from the studio. We're chilling. I'm Cam Janssen. We got Jimmy the Cat Hayes. We got Matthew Rocchio. We're doing our thing on a Tuesday. It's Tuesday, Cam. Good job. 2 more days until Thanksgiving. It is Tuesday. Come by and say hey and check out these badass vehicles, by the way. They are so cool. I drove one the other day with Kate. I told you guys. It felt like I was floating. I was floating on the road. Makes it so much nicer, especially if you live way out yonder this way like I do. I'm seriously considering getting one of these badass Audis. Now, the Q8 back there, Jimmy, I don't know if I'm ready for that one yet. That thing's the coolest thing going on the street right now. 600
horses or something like that?
Yeah, 600.
It's too much car for you.
I drive slow. I told you.
I know.
I drive slow. It might be.
I want a new car.
Yeah, Jimmy was really looking at them too. They're nice, man. You might have to drive one if you're here after this. Just check it out.
They have an Audi to suit every person, like even ones that you think might be out of your price range. They're close.
No, they're close. Yeah, there's a big gap. The one that's out of my price range is the big dog back there. But it is really, really cool. If you guys haven't checked it out, just come here. This place is awesome, by the way. It's a couple years old. And check out some of these cool cars. What's up with you guys, by the way? And bring food, too. Although they got all kinds of little snacks.
At some point, do I just need to turn the cameras so that everyone can see how awesome these cars are?
Kind of. Yeah. How do we look okay? Do we sound okay? Let me look. Oh, what's up? God, I feel like my crotch right now. All right, there we go.
Is there any way you can turn it real quick and I could do like Carol Merrill? And can you turn that camera?
Yes, I can. I can't turn the camera.
This is hilarious. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Come on by, guys, by the way. We're just chilling. Look at this. Look at these. Look at that one right there. That's what Jimmy wants. Look in the back. It's a 3. I believe that's a Q3 right there. Yep. And it goes all the way up. Yeah. Can you see Jimmy? There he goes. Yeah. It's not that pricey.
Look, you could buy those cars in the same price.
Look at this. We're doing a full-on commercial for you, Neil. Yeah, baby. Jimmy wants that one. I want to show him the real badass one though. We'll show you the real cool one inside and out. These things are badass. Come on down to the Audi Exchange in Kirkwood, Missouri. We're going to be here. Matty Adams is coming on at 9 o'clock. We're going to be doing our thing. So come on by. If you want to bring food, that's fine. No big deal. All good. 2 days before Thanksgiving. What are you doing for Thanksgiving, by the way? What you doing?
We're taking the family and we're going to a Brazilian steakhouse.
Oh yeah.
I forget the name of it.
Where they got the sword.
Yeah.
And they're
we got people coming in for Christmas.
Yeah.
So
stay home.
Well, that's going to be a lot of work. So we figure let's go out to eat for this one.
Yeah. And the travel's supposed to be god awful, man. It's supposed to be really, really bad. So you got to go. Just expect that you're going to be annoyed and you're going to be delayed. It is what it is. It all worked itself out in the end. But
now I like transparency. You guys know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I watch Blues Hot. I don't know as much about it as, say, someone who used to play like yourself. Yeah, you're pumped up.
No, Kate got me a new sweater. Kate got me a new sweater. Kate got me a new sweater.
I know.
Oh, this is and a new scarf too. I told you. She hooked me up the other day. All this stuff really cheap. Really, really cheap. Banana Republic.
You look nice in the scarf. As I told you in the convenience store, got a laugh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I said, you look great in the scarf, Cam.
I know. And the guy chirped me.
Here's the thing. So I'm watching Blues, and I'm hoping they don't lose late. They did. Like they had 4-minute power play.
Yes.
Got 2 shots off.
Yeah.
Not good. But that's not. I digress. That's not what my point is. I'm flipping around during one of the commercials, and I saw that ABC had a special about the JFK assassination. Hour wasn't the most loaded with information, but I saw they used just a montage of people talking about it. And there was stuff that I forgot about. And all of a sudden, like this one guy who was an expert in graphic technology, who did all the legwork. I mean, measured every inch of the grassy knoll and did all. And he said, at first, for the first 5 years, he said he read 100 books, the Warren Commission. He thought it was a conspiracy. Then he did all the graphic and checked the angles. It had to be the way history understands it, that Oswald was a lone shooter from the book depository. Now, who paid him, if anyone, or what it was about, that's anyone's guess. But this guy said mathematically, there was no shot from the grass. You know, he showed it angles-wise.
Yeah.
He said the bullet, he would have had a bullet hole in the left side of his head, which he didn't. The angles were all, he said, if you trace everything to the angles of the shots, it goes to the book depository. And then another guy, they had just a bunch of different guys talking about it, said that they had his brother on, who I never heard Oswald's brother in an interview, saying he was just a guy who wanted attention. He never got attention, didn't relate to people very well. And he felt like when he defected and then came back, he thought
To
there'd
Russia.
be media, and he really thought like he was a national
And nobody
celebrity.
cared.
So he thinks that was the motivation for this.
But didn't he have a wife too?
And his wife left him. He went to Mexico, and they had some falling out there. And to me, the most compelling thing is who was Jack Ruby and all this. It was just interesting, and it rekindled. You know, I love a nice conspiracy theory.
So you think that's the way it was?
I always thought, because I honestly have back in the day read a lot of books on it, and my conclusion was it had to be Oswald. There was a lot of guys.
No mob.
It
involved?
could have. Like, I'm just saying the shooting was done by a single shooter.
But what about when he got shot? Didn't somebody else get nicked too and got? And when there two was there two shots?
It was, I think, 2 shots, but
Okay.
but the trajectory of the kill shot.
The governor or somebody else got shot too.
What's that?
Another
sitting right
politician also got
Yeah,
shot.
it went right. I think he almost died.
The governor in
Yeah,
front.
the governor.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
Connolly.
yeah.
But initially, they thought it's a magic bullet. If you remember the movie JFK, which put more disinformation out there, but it's a movie,
Yeah.
not a
I
documentary.
don't remember watching.
Anyway, but they said it had to hang in midair and then make a giant turn in midair. It didn't, because it was stadium seating, and it was straight through. It went through his head, neck, and then through Connolly. It got him in the shoulder, and then in the thigh, and then somewhere else.
Yep.
Wrist.
It went all right
Then-
through him, bouncing
then thigh,
around,
and
hitting metal.
and it all made sense. Now, could someone have been a handler for Oswald or steered him in this direction? The mob was mad at the Kennedy family because they helped JFK get elected. Then his brother went after them.
Yep.
It could have been Cuba, could have been Castro. There's a lot of people that wanted to see that happen.
Kevin Nixon in the chat says that was one magic loogie.
Yeah, damn good Seinfeld.
That is one of the
episode.
best
Damn
Seinfeld
good.
episodes.
So good.
So freaking
It's
good.
So good. So good.
Back into the
What about the babushka lady?
There you go.
Nothing. She's just in every single picture, not panicking. In fact, she's taking pictures. She's got that like Russian, what's that called? Is it babushka rock? With that kind of weird Russian.
You'd think I know, but I don't.
You would
I would think you would
at
know
one
that.
of your
you know a
comrade
lot
meetings.
right, you know a lot of stuff. I can't believe you don't know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea what a babushka is, my guy. I'm
it's
sorry.
a weird Russian looking
Now,
hat.
the weirdest thing of all this is the list of witnesses that died in single car crashes or drug overdoses. To me, that's the thing that makes me raise an eyebrow more than anything.
What about
else.
Jack
The rest
Ruby
could be-
though? Like, what's
Jack
his
Ru-
deal?
Jack Ruby.
What the hell was that?
Jack Ruby, according to the people that knew him, like they had friends of his, and they said he was another guy who was sort of had ties on the fringes with the mob, but always played up like he was a big mobster and wanted attention. And he honestly felt like he was doing a service for the American people by getting rid of Oswald. You could say that part's suspicious too. I can't
Ruin
argue.
your life. You're done. Did he get the chair, or did he just go to jail the rest of his life? Did he ever
died in
talk?
prison. I
Did
think.
he die? There's a lot of shady. I don't know.
But he was.
I don't know.
And at first he said, I didn't want JFK's wife to have to go through a whole murder trial with this guy. I wanted to end it and save her the pain of reliving it. Then in other interviews, he was like, there's things going on that I can't talk about. But again, if someone wants attention, if someone wants to seem like the big fish, that seems like a logical course for them.
Yeah, I guess it's different back then.
But
You
that's
can't
what
just
makes
post
it a great
something on
conspiracy.
Instagram.
I guess
I'm
I've
not saying
never-
it's all true.
I guess I never put together that the Warren Commission the Warren Commission actually also broke down the killing of Oswald by Jack Ruby. I didn't realize that was part of the Warren Commission. I thought it was just Oswald or the assassination of JFK. I guess I didn't realize that obviously you would have to put in the weird murder of the shooter right after it happened. I never thought about that being part of the Warren Commission, but it was. Jack Ruby died of a pulmonary embolism on January 3rd at Parkland Hospital. He was buried beside his parents in Illinois. I don't know if he died while he was still in. Was he still in prison?
What year was that? Like how long?
It was in 1967. I mean, it wasn't very long afterwards.
Exactly. So what did he die of? I'm sorry, you said that quick. I don't know what it was.
Oh wow, he was still he was appealing in February of 67.
Yeah, he was still locked away though.
And he died in January. So so actually it looks like he was supposed to have a new trial in February of 67. He died in January.
So one of the things that I think is also interesting.
Yeah, you're right.
Is Oswald, when he went to Mexico, was being followed by the CIA. They were tracking him because he had been openly aggressive toward the administration and had been in Russia. So they were tracking him. But no one told Secret Service. The CIA never communicated their concerns that Oswald was a threat to the Secret Service, which is probably at the very worst, I mean, at the least a mistake, at the worst part of a plan.
Yes.
So there's a lot of reasons why this thing is still to this day.
But didn't they, I mean, so is everything open to the public? You could read everything
No,
about.
there's still certain things that are sealed or.
What do you
or
think
names or
those certain things?
But they
what
released,
can that be?
But they released hundreds of thousands of documents, and people have combed through them and said it kind of backs up what the Warren Commission said. Now, at the time, my dad had all the volumes of the Warren Commission in our living room, like on the
really?
Shelf. Yeah.
So I was into it.
And
he was into it
at the time.
I like hearing that though because I've always when I talk to
I wish I had them.
When I talk to my parents or like my uncles and stuff, I remember like when I was 18 and stuff, and I was righteously indignant about everything, and I just remember being like, why are you guys not more bothered by like the things that were happening in this country when you were growing up? Like you look at me and you're like, why are you so pissed off about the Iraq war? I'm like, why were you not more pissed off about JFK, MLK, Vietnam? Why were you not more pissed off about
How do you know they
stuff?
weren't?
And so I love that your dad was just like, I'm locked in on this stuff because they
never bring it up.
They never bring it up. And like when
a lot of time
when I would bring up the government does this and I know it, they'd be like, why don't you have some respect for the country? And I'd be like, you guys grew up in Vietnam. How do you have respect for the government at this point?
Yeah.
And so I love that your dad was like locked in on that.
Yeah. And just so you know, like people said, the reason why Vietnam happened was because JFK was assassinated.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So,
and he talked about scattering. Well, I think it's probably an anachronistic quote, the whole scattering the CIA to the four corners or the four winds. I think he probably never said that, but I think we can all agree that he was probably the most openly antagonistic president towards the CIA since the start of the CIA and since then.
Yeah, they were going to break it up.
Yeah, he wanted to break it up. Yeah, the break it to the four winds thing was probably an exaggeration. But yeah, he did not like the CIA, and I think Science here on the chat makes a good point. Good morning, gentlemen.
What's up, Science?
The JFK doc was fascinating. The most important thing to remember is that JFK had a lot of enemies.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that's why it's easy to point to this group or that group and say they had reason to want this to happen. And Oswald was a crackpot, but usually behind a crackpot steering him is someone a little smarter.
Do you?
What do you think? How I'm going to kill the president. I'm going to get a job at the book depository that gives me a perfect view.
Yeah.
As I said in the movie JFK, it's a turkey shoot.
Yes.
Like how did that all happen?
That's honestly the one thing that's been funny to me is how many times you'll hear people be like, it was such a hard shot, and then you'll talk to somebody who actually knows how to shoot a rifle, and they're like, no, it's really not. If you've ever been to like one training in the military, you would be able to make.
They say the same thing with the Charlie Kirk situation. That's a really difficult shot. I don't think that was either.
The other one's a lot farther.
That one was,
and that one was at a much sheerer angle. Like Oswald's way up high above everything. Like think about the shooter on the Charlie Kirk. Like he's under that little pavilion thing, and he has to and he's like
And
he's
he's a
so
kid.
far away.
And people are standing up. I guess
Yeah,
way
I
more
think-
movement.
I think the
Although
Charlie
this
Kirk
was on a move, but they're
that's
not
on
going
a
to
move. You're right, but to the point,
But it was right in front.
and like literally the curve, the way that the curve of the road goes,
Yeah.
it like lines it up
And
in a
he's
straight
right
shot
here.
from the book
Okay.
depository. That's why everyone's like, why would you? That's why everyone calls into question the route, because it's like, why would you ever have the presidential open air? First of all, why would you ever have an open air car with the president take that like wide of a turn, because it leaves you really open and exposed?
And in the movie, the investigator, and it was one of my all-time favorite movies. So there's a lot of stuff that they played fast
need
and
to see
loose
it.
with the truth. You never saw JFK?
No,
You
man.
will love it.
And you know, I know
It's a great movie. It
90s.
moves. It's got interesting characters. But in the movie, the investigator said he couldn't have done the shot. They allegedly recreated it, and he couldn't. First of all, he ordered it mail order, a bad Italian rifle. However, Oswald was a mid-range marksman trained by the military.
Yeah.
Okay, so he had training; he could make the shot.
Plus, we don't know what kind of training he got, if he got any in Russia. He could have. We don't know if he did, but he could have.
Could have, but the shot was, and it's been recreated 1,000 times. You wouldn't know that by just seeing the movie. Also, they've done a million tests with like watermelons and stuff. If you get hit with a bullet from that trajectory,
your body does all.
You go back.
Yeah,
you don't go forward.
Doesn't matter.
It's a matter of physics.
Yeah,
Back and to the left.
Gino says, LOL, he was working for the CIA. I wonder if I don't know if he's talking about
Ruby?
Oswald, Ruby, or JFK in that quote. Let us know, Gino. Kevin Nixon, because your family was normal and knew not to worry about something they couldn't control or change. That is the most.
What do you say? Say that again.
Kevin Nixon, because your family was normal and knew not to worry about something they couldn't control or change. Yeah. Protest towards the Vietnam War didn't change the administration's thoughts on it ever at any point during the Vietnam War. That never worked. That never put pressure on the administration or LBJ. And no, protest didn't
What do you
work
think
during
of
the
LBJ?
Vietnam War. I think LBJ was one of the most complicated men to ever be president, because the guy would like call people the N-word, and then he was the main reason that we passed the Civil Rights Act.
He had some hardcore quotes.
So it's like, how do you even out a guy who would have called somebody straight to their face a slur, but then also saw the importance of the Civil Rights Act? It's hard to even that guy out in my mind.
Yeah, and he's had some doozy quotes though.
Oh my God, the phone call. The phone call.
It's unbelievable.
The phone call is where he's getting the measuring on his pants. Is the fact that we have that from the president of the United States saying the word bunghole is. That's why I love this country.
It's so weird.
That's why I love this country.
There's other things I love about the country.
Where my nuts hang. My nuts hang, below my bunghole. Like that is, we have the audio of a president of the United States of America during wartime saying that.
But you can any American can go out and buy a nice pant. That's what I love about this country. A nice pant with a tailor.
I love a singular pant.
I tell you what though, the Kennedys had some really bad luck with their family and death.
It's not stopping. Did you see? I think JFK's granddaughter.
What?
She's like 36, and she just got diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus Christ Almighty, that family cannot catch a break.
Well, they did some things too.
Well,
how about JFK Jr. When he didn't really know what he was doing. They had to go to Martha's Vineyard. He screwed up on that flight. He's with his wife. He was already late, and it became dark, and he's flying over
the Kennedys is the car crash.
Ted Kennedy. You're talking about Appoquintic?
Chappaquiddick. The really bad one where the lady dies and everything.
Ted.
That's Ted. They hid that, didn't they?
And there was the other. And there was the
he
Martha.
He could have helped her.
Yeah.
I'll probably get the Martha Moxley, the woman that died on the estate and they said it was one of the Kennedys that killed her, and they eventually let him out of jail.
Whoa.
And there was at the top of the hood where the car flipped over in the creek. Like you could tell
That's
Chappaquiddick.
She was clawing at it like she's been alive.
And
he just walked away. But the plane crash one was really weird
Martha
too.
Moxley was last seen alive spending time at the home of the Skakel family across the street from her home in Skakel in Bellhaven. The case attracted worldwide publicity as the Skakel children were nieces and nephews of Ethel Skakel Kennedy, the widow of United States Senator Robert F. Kennedy.
Shady stuff. Really weird.
Yeah, they
really weird.
They put this guy in jail and then they let him out.
I want to talk to RFK.
I was gonna say I was about to say.
Would you like to pick his brain?
Like the one that
RFK,
the original RFK?
No, RFK.
The current one?
No, RFK.
I would much rather have talked to the original RFK.
But don't you think I know, well, of course.
That's an assassination I don't think we talk about enough in this country. Is obviously JFK because he's the president, but like the fact that they get Bobby later on is bonkers.
So Sirhan is the guy that did it. And
Sirhan.
People hated JFK, but RFK had as many enemies. And for him to be in the open.
Bobby was running he was the Secretary of Defense for the Bay of Pigs.
Was he?
He was in the administration for the Bay of Pigs, and I remember he was.
He was like the Attorney General for JFK,
yeah,
and he went after the mob in Chicago. So I mean, the whole thing is just.
It is so weird.
All right, back to the Blues.
He's the Attorney General. You were right. He was the Attorney General.
And where did he get shot? Was he giving a speech?
Campaign speech, right?
Yeah.
Who, RFK?
Yeah, it was a campaign speech, wasn't it?
I thought RFK was shot in like a kitchen going to speak. Let me look it up. I think he
We're
was
off track a little bit.
I think he was walking toward
a
place to speech.
He did this. So leaving the ballroom, he went through the hotel kitchen after being told it was a shortcut to a press room. He did this despite being advised by his bodyguard, former FBI agent Bill Barry, to avoid the kitchen. In a crowded kitchen passageway, Kennedy turned to his left and shook hands with hotel busboy Juan Romero, just as Sirhan, a 24-year-old Palestinian, opened fire with a .22 caliber revolver.
Why'd you have to throw Palestinian?
I was reading the Wikipedia article. Kennedy was hit 3 times and 5 other people were wounded. George Plimpton, former decathlete Rayford Johnson, and former professional football player Rosie Greer are credited with wrestling Sirhan to the ground after he shot the senator. As Kennedy lay mortally wounded, Romero cradled his head, placed a rosary in hand. Kennedy asked Romero, "Is everybody okay? Is everybody okay?"
Damn,
Jesus.
Damn, dude. God, they've had some bad luck.
His last words were, "Don't lift me onto the stretcher."
And Sirhan was in jail for a long time. What is his status? Is he still with us?
Can we interview him?
Can you get him on? Is 81 years old.
Can we squeeze him in before Big City?
Yeah, maybe just 15 minutes.
He is incarcerated in the Richard J. Donovan Correctional Facility in San Diego on August 27th, 2021. After 15 years of being denied parole by the local state board, he was granted parole by a 2-person panel. Prosecutors declining to participate in or oppose his release with the directive of L.A. County District Attorney George Gasson that the prosecutor's role ends at sentencing and they should not influence decisions to release prisoners. On January 13, 2022, Gavin Newsom blocked Sirhan's release on parole. He was denied parole again on March 1st, 2023.
Damn you, Gavin.
Go back to the 2-person panel. They disagree.
And Dave Green with a good question about what happens when a 2-person panel.
Gaston was like the let everybody out guy, if you recall. The DA in Los Angeles, he wanted everyone set free. He's no longer in that position.
By the way, we're at the Audi Exchange in Kirkwood, Missouri. If you guys want to stop by and check out some of these badass vehicles they got, Jimmy's already sucked in right now. He's checking out that Q3 right there, baby. Bad. I like that color too. Rachel says
Jen get the Q3. She's obsessed with hers.
Yeah, nice. They're perfect.
It's damn nice.
I mean, going in and out, going to the games, doing this.
Also, and here's the thing: like, it's like I'm not one who's ever going to buy a car for the little things, but like, listen, like, heat warmers are nice.
Well, yeah.
Like heated seats. Are nice. God, they're the best.
I have all that in mind.
Yeah, but, Rock. I mean, all these. I mean,
I know. I'm just saying.
That's been a thing for a while.
Hey guys, it's 8:20 and you have not mentioned the Pozo signing. I'm feeling uncomfortable. Let the simp. Tell us about how great he's going to be as a pinch hitter, Jim.
I'm feeling uncomfortable.
He got a split contract though. Some major league, so he'll be in the minors and he'll get my mind. Good for him. He's been through a lot. And I saw people like ripping the fact that Cardinal fans were happy he's back. Great story, great guy. Yeah, no one thinks he's part of the future that you're going to build around. But he had some big pinch hits for him. And someone was like on Twitter, I can't believe fans are blah, blah, blah. And I was like, count me in. I'm glad he's back.
Yeah.
Kevin Nixon, LBJ electrified the Texas Hill Country. Protests did end up killing 4 Americans in Ohio. Didn't do much to end Vietnam. If you don't think that the pressure from the American people helped end Vietnam, then we don't need to continue this conversation because we're not going to agree on anything because you're
the first war
you're ignoring blatant facts.
You know, that of all the wars, I've said this, not all the wars, but for the last 150 years, that would be the most difficult.
That was back when we had real protests by people who cared as opposed to lab created protests where people didn't really know if they were there for climate
or
anti-ICE
or
or
whatever.
pro-Palestine.
They don't know.
There is- it's
I'm
all
here.
hod-
I have a
it's
sign.
hodgepodge
Give me a-
now.
It's such
It
a
is.
stupid, lazy criticism.
It's true.
It's such a stupid,
I
lazy
agree with-
criticism.
I agree.
If you have proof,
I agree.
I'd like for you to present it right now.
Let's go to one and we'll
No, show me the
interview.
paper trail.
We'll
Jim
interview.
obviously knows where the money's coming from, so he can show us the paper trail
I
right here
gave
on
you
the
my
radio.
opinion.
No.
Okay.
You stated a fact, actually.
Dave, do we have money for me to take 2 weeks off and go investigate these protests? Because I'll do it.
We have
And Antifa.
I'll do it.
Yeah. Dude, let's do that.
Okay.
Jimmy,
Give me Grant to bring a camera,
Jimmy,
and
do
I'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Lickety split.
it.
Science.
Split.
Matt and I visited the site in Dallas. It was a much smaller area than I imagined. Secondly, the fact that the motorcade had to slow down made it an easier shot and had to be part of the planning. Yeah, that's the going around the curve. Slow things
To
down.
me, the most egregious thing is that you had a threat who was on the record saying that he hated JFK, who had been to Russia, who had espoused his pro-Cuban stuff with literature, and
he had been near the Marshall attempted assassination. Not Marshall. Who's the politician that also got shot? The really conservative.
There was a judge he took a shot at.
Yeah, that one.
He took a shot at a judge in his home.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm sorry.
And they let this guy get a job at an open window.
Yep.
At a book suppository overlooking that's the most
shady.
The Secret Service was never made aware, allegedly, that this guy was out there in Dallas.
Crazy. We are live at the Audi Exchange right here in Kirkwood, Missouri, Woodlawn, Manchester. You guys drive by, stop in, say hey to the boys, check out some of these cars. Rock, you want to go to break and then get Neil on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't go anywhere. We'll be back. This is Hot Take Central 2.0. Let's go. Welcome back. Hot Take Central 2.0. Cam Janssen, Jimmy the Cat Hayes, Matthew Rocchio live at the Audi Exchange right here in Kirkwood, Missouri, right on Manchester Road. Come on by, say hey, check out some of these badass cars that they got going. And we're talking with Neil right now. Neil, running the show over here. What's going on with you?
Hey man, it's Black Friday's coming up. One of the busiest days of the year. As cliche as that is, it's totally true.
Really?
Yeah. As much as I hate it, personally, it's great for business.
Are you one of those Black Friday shoppers that very aggressive in different places, pushing people around, stomping over children?
Negative.
Okay,
I have no tolerance for that.
I know what on the panel is. Neil, let me ask you that, because you're not doing that. I'm not. I know Rock is a communist, so he's not. He doesn't participate in capitalism.
No.
But
no,
Neil, you know what so I'll be honest. I've told you this before. I've been in your parking lot because my kid just loves to come and look at the different high performance vehicles. I'm looking around, and it does seem like you guys have a car for everyone.
We try. I mean, that's one of the things. You have to have availability, right? We understand that our cars are not for everybody, but you at least have to play in the sandbox, right? And so we try to. And I wish it was all up to me because I got some other things I'd love to have available to us. But yeah, we try. You have to be available. It's kind of like in sports. Availability is a key part of being successful, right?
That's why Texier's gone. He wasn't available. Sick, hurt, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
What do you sell the most? Because we showed the people right there at the Q3.
The bread and butter cars are Q3 and Q5, those small to mid-size SUVs. It's the dominant car in all brands is the mid-size and small SUVs. Makes sense. They drive like a car. They're easy to live with. If you got back problems, they're easier to get out of. If you got kids, they're easier to get them in and out of. And stuff. You just have stuff. It's easier to live with.
And if you're looking at other SUVs, right, prices have gone way up. These are competitive.
That's reasonable.
All of a sudden, you're in an Audi.
I know.
It is a thing. As much as none of us like that costs have went up in cars. There's more tech. There's more safety. There's more performance. There's more of everything now. And so what we've seen happen is Audis are still pricey, expensive cars in general, but you're seeing the lower end of the car side of things being pulled up because now people want that in those too. So they're starting to shrink the differences, and perhaps an Audi is a bit more affordable than you think.
The Audi in the back over here that looks like a monster. Tell me about
That's mine.
That one's Cam.
That's mine.
I think it's too much car for him.
I don't know.
RSQ8. What can you say? It's a twin turbo V8, 631 horsepower, carbon brakes. I mean, it's a car that probably shouldn't exist in the real world. I mean, who needs an SUV that's that powerful?
Hi.
But everybody else has them too. We've been doing it for years, and people like it. And
beautiful.
Even if you don't need it, it's awesome.
It is so awesome.
It's awesome.
But what about the kind of like the station wagon type back there with the monster rims?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool looking.
So that's an RS6. And so again, a 600 plus horsepower wagon, which is totally a German thing. Germans love their Avants, wagons, Sportbacks. They love those kind of funky cars. But truly the RSQ8 and that car share almost everything under the skin. It's just, how does the body look?
I remember when I was a kid, my dad had to get a new car, and he rolled up with one of the brown station wagons, like a national vacation.
Family trucks.
And I remember crying. But then
Wood panels?
Wood panels.
Oh, yes.
I go, are you out of your mind? I remember being a kid, like crying, like that was so brutal. But then I look at that bad boy, and things have changed over the years.
It's not for everybody, but for those who know, they know.
You could fit a hockey bag and sticks.
You can certainly fit a hockey.
Now, Neil, I've known you for a little while. You're a chill guy. And just being around here, I get the feeling that it's a real relaxed environment. So someone coming in looking for a car ain't going to be pressured in anything.
Right. We do. We want that. We want to be the place you go that you feel comfortable with. The vast majority of our customers are ladies. And so we want to have an environment that they feel comfortable in. Our good friend over here, Matt, his wife's a customer. Matt's been a customer over the years.
Big city in the house.
And but we do want that. We want to be known as the place that you feel like you're getting a fair shot, a fair deal. You're being treated well. We roll out the red carpet for everyone that we possibly can. And in the end, it's a one customer at a time thing. It's you earn their trust. They tell their friends and family. You can be on the TV or the radio as much as you want, but until the rubber hits the road and you actually deal with a human being, it's a relationship. We are chill, but we're also aggressive. It's kind of that funny thing. We want you to feel comfortable, but if there's a deal to be made, we're going to make it for you right now. And Why not? Let's do it now.
Yeah.
Urgency matters.
Now, Jimmy, do it now. Look at that thing's staring at you. No, nothing worse than like
we'll be together someday.
Like Kate
sir.
can walk in here and feel comfortable, but she walks into some of these other places and you got 10 swinging, you know what, coming outside, bragging about their football career, making fun of me. I don't like that. I like her to be comfortable.
It's totally true.
I like her to be comfortable. You know how some of them are. They're aggressive. They swarm you.
I'll be honest. My wife and kid, we were car shopping for my son, and they were embarrassed because I pushed back a little.
You know
what I did?
Not you, Jimmy.
When I bought so they were already like looking at one car, and I got done with the game. I go right there. I'm suited up, and I walk in and I said hi to a couple people, and then I told the sales guy, that guy over there, your buddy over there, wearing the green tie over there. He said whatever deal you offered me, he would beat it by $5,000. And then the other guy came over. I didn't say that.
Oh yeah, you play the game, baby.
I like it.
Yeah, that's great.
So I love customers that have a little fun with us. Too.
I do.
You earn that right? Like, so we can joke around with people and have a good time, but you earn that right. Like, it's business, and we want you to be happy. And we want to be your friend, and we mean it. It's why we do so much in the community. It means something, right? Like, when people see us doing things for, whether it be a little thing, toy drive for friends of kids with cancer, or doing something with, you name it, it matters. And in St. Louis, that does matter. They want their people involved, and they respond. And so we support local business in particular. We love doing that. It's just the way that St. Louis works, and it's the only way to sustain success long term. Short term, anybody can do well one time. You've got to sustain it. And it's built one person at a time. And it's something I've believed in and done for as long as I can remember in this job.
And people in St. Louis, you don't realize how much you're in your car. Like, especially me. Like, guys, either you live out in O'Fallon, you live out by me, you're always in your car.
Yeah.
St. Louis is pretty spread out. You got to get to point A. Oh, the kid's got hockey practice. Oh, in Fenton. And you live out there. Like, you're driving all the time.
All the time.
And man, you just want to be comfortable.
You want to be
makes your day better, like your life better.
I call it 25 minutes of therapy driving home.
Yeah.
Like, turn the radio
floating
up,
home in one of these things.
And just enjoying it.
And this place, your dealership, beautiful.
It is.
It's really nice.
You should see when he hosts a party in here. It's awesome. He turns into a club.
Yeah.
It's all,
I tried to go. They wouldn't let me in. They wouldn't let me in. Yeah, the bouncer wouldn't let me in.
I swear to God. Oh man. But yeah, we the Q8 back there is just probably one of the coolest things I've seen in a while. What about like the front panel? I see some that are all the way across and some that aren't. What's the difference between the two?
So, beautiful thing. So we all car manufacturers are always kind of upgrading, right? So the full panel, LCD panel, that's coming across the board. So as the next cars get upgraded, you're going to see that. And it's for tech people, you're going to fall in love with it. If you don't love tech, there's going to be a learning curve. That's what our guys and gals are for, though. They teach.
Yeah.
But that new panel is pretty awesome.
But a lot of people are tech people now, especially these kids. They're starting to make money now. You know what I mean?
And that's really what the manufacturers have to do. They have to accommodate, hey, we need to have skilled, resourceful salespeople so that we can teach. But then we also have to look at the consumer that's going to be buying cars for maybe another 50 years. And you have to engage them. You got to get them in. And again, the first one's the hardest. But once you establish a relationship, I might be selling that person cars for the next 20 years, or 30 years, or 40 years. Important thing to develop that relationship early.
Yeah.
I would not know like all the bells and whistles. My kid,
he will though.
His new car.
Yes.
Knew everything.
Yep.
For sure.
I barely know how to turn on the AC.
Sure. We don't know how to put a computer on at times. Like, I'm in your category with the tech stuff.
What they call us is the dumbs.
The dumbs. That's it. But all these guys, like, even like they're already out of college, years out of college now, make 30, 32, starting to make some money. They want to get a nice car. Yeah. They know tech. They want something creative.
It's an interesting thing. There's the older generation, including myself. I love an analog car, meaning I love a stick shift. I love the sound, the fury that's behind me.
That's because that's a pure driver.
He's a driver. Yeah.
But I understand the other part too. A lot of times I drive a very techie car just so it's smooth and it's got a nice stereo in it. Like, it's easy, right? So it's a sickness for me. I want to have multiple cars that fill multiple roles. We'll work on that as we make some more money.
Do you want a monster garage full of badass vehicles with cool like signs everywhere and like.
I'd love to say yes to it. I kind of think so, but on the same token, you can only drive one car at a time, right? I think there's a waste there. Like I want to have a little balance. There are very specific cars that I'd like to have just to own because I appreciate them so much. I love performance. I love the track, but I also have a job to do, and I have a responsibility to my family. And honestly, in the
you'd be in there every single day.
Just not enough time.
3 cars.
I know.
3 cars would
3-car solution would probably be pretty good.
3 cars.
But I think that you would, even though you're only driving one a day or whatever, one at a time, you should say it. But you'd go in there and just look at them, hang out.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Oh, are you kidding me? You'd be in heaven.
Flip side is I do have a dealership here, so I do get access to some other stuff.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. You kind of have it would look like this actually.
Yeah.
We're in your garage right now.
Yeah.
It's even fancier. Oh man. But we got some. So you got an Audi too? You say, Matt Adams? Oh yeah. All right. Right on. I bet you kids from 30 and under don't even know how to drive a stick shift. I learned with a stick shift.
So this is an older statistic, but and this was from maybe several years ago even. They say that at that time, people over 35, 3 out of 4 know how to drive a stick. But the reverse of that is true on the kids under 35, and it's only a few out of them. And we've even had to hear inside our own team here, some of my salespeople, funny, my top guy,
where's he
doesn't know
at?
how to drive a stick.
Where's he at?
And then even our porters who are moving cars around all the time don't know how to drive a stick. So it's an interesting thing. We've had to teach a lot of people over the years how to drive a stick, preferably on an old used car.
Not an easy process, right?
No,
If
you can't find them, grind them. That's what they say.
yeah.
I tell them to take their shoes off and do it in bare feet.
Oh, really? Just to get a better grip.
Feel it then.
Yeah, I don't like even driving in like boots and stuff. Like I don't know where I'm at. So you don't know how to drive a stick shift, Rock? You wouldn't know if you had to get from here to Kirkwood to here to studio $1 million to figure it out in 10 minutes. You couldn't do it. You have no idea where to even start.
I know the basic premise about how like everything's supposed to work, but I can't. Yeah.
$1 million.
Yeah, $1 million. I
to
think
figure
I
it out.
out.
You couldn't do it.
Like
Neil says he's got
I
it.
think I'll figure it out. The big question is like whether or not I get the left turn signal at the Woodlawn light, because if I have to come to a stop and then restart to get into the turn, that's where things are going to get a little tricky. I think I could get out into the street, but once I have to do another stop and then another acceleration where there's a car behind me,
You would be the same guy
worried.
that you yell at every day on Manchester.
Yes, I would,
Road
exactly,
that you complain
100%,
about.
100%.
That'd be you. Oh
Well,
man,
then we
oh,
didn't
man.
even get into the factor of hills.
Oh, you just be. Oh my God.
So I've told this story.
We got to do that.
Yeah,
Actually.
I've driven a stick shift once. I was working on the school system maintenance crew. It's my summer job. And they were like, someone's got to get this dump truck across to the other school. And I go, I got it. They go, you know, I drive a stick. I'll figure it out. I got there, but it took about an hour. I stalled it out like 104. I mean, this thing was a massive thing. And I'm a kid that thought he had all the answers and didn't.
Yeah, I learned on a tractor. I don't look like a farm boy, but, you know, growing up in Iowa and Nebraska, you kind of learn that stuff.
Yeah.
And I learned on my grandpa's tractor in the garden. So
That old tractor. And my dad, I remember doing it at Eureka High School, and then we had to go up to Walmart when no one was up there and just, come on, let's do it. Let's get it. Figure it out. Don't grind. Put it back in neutral. Easy on the clutch. But yeah, my dream is to have one of those 8s. What are they called again? The
RS28.
RS28. And then have that sitting that R8 right there, sitting in my garage.
Too much car for you. He doesn't go past 50 miles
I
an
do
hour.
not drive fast.
He
Do you
doesn't.
respect me as a car enthusiast? Do you respect people like me that take their time, don't drive aggressive? Maybe I do have a big engine, but I don't want.
I think you've matured because
Thank
I think
you.
there was a time, because I remember that vet.
Oh yeah.
That car wasn't capable of going slow.
No, and it was so loud. It sounded like a
Cam,
stock car.
The thing is I've heard that thing roar up before, and you can't. Even you would not be able to drive it slow.
I
when
know.
you hit the gas on that thing, the sound it makes, there is something primal inside a human being that just goes on.
I don't buy it.
Let me ride with
I'm
it, baby.
wimpy now.
He
Jimmy
hasn't-
knows.
Yeah,
Jimmy knows.
He hasn't matured. He's been overcome by fear. There's a difference.
So we'll do something.
true.
We'll start this thing behind us and
Yeah.
let you guys hear it right here. And it's just in a cold start without any revs, and it shakes the glass.
I like driving those. Like when it's a little cold out.
Oh, it's the best.
Right?
It's
You
the
get
best.
it feels better.
Just warm the tires up.
Yeah. when you drive when it's 110 degrees, like that motor gets hot. I remember I wouldn't even take my car out when it's hot. But once it's like 40, the intake sucks the air. It's a cool
That's
feeling.
why I'm getting this one, because it's going to be good when it snows.
Oh yeah,
It's going to look good when it's warm.
Jimmy, that's what I drive normally when it snows out because it's a smaller car. It's easier to manage. I'll drive the smaller cars because they're great in the snow. They don't have the big wheels and tires that really actually hinder you from driving well in the bad weather. I always drive these little cars home.
Zip around.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that might be my next one.
Yeah, you think so? Hey, they're pretty damn cool.
Mine still has some years on it, though.
Yeah, it's getting up there though.
And plus, I get attached to a car.
Yeah, I do too. I used to go in and out. Now I'm like, I want one. I want to keep it.
I wish I could tell you that not holding on to your car was a bad move, but it's usually the best move to keep your money.
Yeah.
If you got a habit like me, then that's a different story.
Yeah.
Then I'm feeding a habit.
Yeah, but I will say that got into my stream of consciousness.
Think about it, Jim. You get it here, and then you have all the maintenance stuff right down the street from work. We already know how incredible they are. You drop it off before 7. They're going to have it done by the time we're finished with the show by 10 o'clock. We already know that for a fact because I did it a few months ago. You guys it was like 9:30. I'm still over there. You guys are like, we're done. You can come pick it up whenever. So it all wraps up into a perfect little situation for you.
Some people have their. I've always been like, I'm going to get it serviced at the dealer, like where I get my car from. They've been good to me.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's close, it's so convenient, and you know they're not going to take you for a ride.
And the dirty trick we do to you too is, Jimmy, you like your Q3, but this new Q5, go ahead and take this as a loaner car.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And you're
That's
like, I want
trick.
this.
Like, wow, it's a little bigger. It's a little this. Oh, I like this.
Yep.
It's just a little bit different.
There's a
little
method to the
nicer.
madness.
I deserve it.
So what's like the price difference between each one?
So Q3 to Q5, say $10,000.
Okay.
Q5 to Q7, about the same. So it's a pretty linear kind of, but it's really options. And one of the great parts about the Germans, lots of features, lots of options, lots of ways to go with it. The downside to it is if you're not familiar, it can get a little confusing. And that's where having somebody you trust to kind of guide you along the process is very good. That's where the guys and gals here come in. You can only learn so much on the internet, on a piece of paper. You got to feel the car, and you got to walk through the fine details. And that's really the difference. The fine details make it great.
Yeah.
The details make things great.
There's so many little things that you don't even notice.
Have you ever had someone interested in the car, takes it out for a quick test drive, bangs it up a little bit? Has that ever happened?
Yes.
Please tell me about that.
Yeah. How did they tell you, or were you like, wait a minute?
No. So it was a pre-owned car recently. Actually, right before we built this store, it was just a few months before the store was completed. And I get a call. We let the customer borrow it. He's a well-known guy, builds very expensive things. And I get a call from his personal lawyer, who's very well-known, and said such and such had an accident. The car is on the clover leaf at 170.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh. How do you do that?
Well, the police report is pretty clear.
Yeah.
Involving,
He didn't die?
He didn't die. Nobody died. His
Not
brother,
good.
brother was with him, and a girl who wasn't his wife.
Whoa! Wow.
So it happens all the time.
Wow.
And again-
God dang. That's a bad day right there. Oh, baby.
That's the only time I'm really scared if I take a car for a test drive.
Yeah. I
Right?
know.
Because then
I know.
Yeah, it happens.
Especially around here, it's tough.
It just happens.
What about somebody taking a car and not coming back?
One time at a previous employer, we had a guy jump in a car, was literally standing there, not me, standing there. I see the salesperson let the guy get in the driver's seat. Car's running. The guy just drives off without the salesperson. The car ends up in California.
I think I remember hearing
the first time that
I think
we
I
had
remember.
done this. This person is a repeat offender
Yeah.
of this
Well,
exact
think
thing.
about that. Think about it. They can go and they'll have a guy over there at the shop, put it right in, boom, gone, then leave the country. All right, Neil. Hey, appreciate you coming on. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for everything, man.
Thanks
Love
for
you,
having
buddy.
us. Thanks
Yeah,
for having
you
us.
got some
Happy to
great
have you
things
guys.
going. All right, we're going to go to break. We'll be back. We got Matt Adams next at Hot Take Central 2.0. I kind of like that. This is kind of like.
Sorry for the
right, live at the Audi Exchange in Kirkwood, Missouri, right off of Manchester Road. Hot Take Central 2.0. Cam Janssen, Jimmy the Cat
What
Hayes.
camera are we looking at?
That one.
All right, because you
Matthew
keep
Rocky.
looking over here.
I'm looking at the Manchester Road. I'm looking at Manchester, and of course, if you see
Look
us on
who's with
YouTube,
us.
look at him.
Big
Look at him
City
right
in
here,
the
Big
house.
City, baby. What's up, Big City? What's going on,
How's it
man?
going, guys?
Looking good, looking good.
Happy to be in the house with you guys.
Yeah. What's going on with you, man?
Not seeing which car you guys are walking out of here with today.
Well, Jimmy's really eyeing that one down. I got to call my
You
wife
got-
first
you gotta
before I
get a-
spend any
you gotta
money.
get a better car than a blue color.
Then
You're not
what?
You're not a blue purple color.
No.
You gotta roll out in all
yeah.
black.
I'm a black. Yeah.
Yeah,
My Jeep's black.
Yeah. I like that too. Black's easy. I like it.
For
Looks
sure.
nice. Black rims.
yep.
Maybe
Got
red
to.
calipers on it. Stick out a little bit.
Now
So, yeah,
you're
I like
talking.
Now you've been coaching.
Yep,
You're going to coach again.
I am.
Tell the folks,
it. Yeah.
not on Manchester Road, but watching on the live stream, what you're up to.
Yeah, currently a free agent right now, but having some positive conversations with a few different clubs. A lot more activity this year at this time than a year ago. But looking to see what happens in these next couple weeks, and I'll go to the winter meetings. Whether I have a job or not, I just had such a good
Just
experience.
walk the lobby.
Yeah, people watch, grab a coffee, network, get in front of some people's faces, have some good meetings and whatnot. But it's a good spot to just everybody's under one roof and talk baseball.
It's nice.
Yeah. So your coaching experience, you said you managed down in AAA San Diego. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I got the first year coaching. I retired in 24 and got to jump straight in, at the highest level in the minor leagues, one step away from the big leagues, and was the bench coach. I had my feet in a little bit of everything. Coach first base, coach third base, assistant hitting coach, assistant manager, and then I got to manage 5 games, my own. Not the greatest win-loss
What is
record,
it?
but 2-3.
That's right.
Whatever.
Not bad. Not
Whatever.
bad.
Competitive.
500s is that was my goal, but no, it was a lot of fun.
What's the hardest part about
Yeah.
managing? You played, you were coaching other, bench coach first. What's the hardest thing about managing?
For me? I think it's managing the bullpen. I think that's the hardest, especially at the AAA level, because you may get a text message from GM and front office, and injury may have happened in the big league game, and they may need to take a reliever. So you get a call mid game where, hey, you got to stay away from this guy, stay away from that guy. So like your hands may be tied mid game to where you're having to make those adjustments, and that's what everybody talks about in the game. And being able to make those in game adjustments. That's one of them is having one of your top end bullpen arms being yanked away and not being able to use them that night. So I would say that'd probably be the hardest, managing a bullpen.
Someone told me managing, even coaching at the AAA level is the hardest because you have guys that are a heartbeat away, and then you have guys with the reverse trajectory whose attitudes might not be as good as the guys on the way up.
100%.
Is that true?
Yeah, you have some of those veteran guys that kind of are salty, that they're kind of the up and down guy, may feel that they're not getting a fair shake in things, and they should be up in the big league club and whatnot. But this past year I think I want to say we were probably top 5 oldest teams in AAA this past year, and we won 89 games. So like that, to do that at the AAA level, having your guys yanked, I think we called up 19 guys last year up and down. So to have that much movement on your AAA roster and to be able to still be competitive, and I think we were 1 or 2 games away from making the playoffs. So it was a good, successful year.
How was the travel?
We flew everywhere, so it wasn't terrible.
Okay.
It was early. It was early, like, I mean, your 2:30, 3:30 a.m. wake up calls and whatnot to go to the airport. But the way the AAA schedule was is you're a week on the road, week at home, and every Monday's off. So
Okay.
you either depending on what city you're in, you were able to get out Sunday night after the game and have a full off day in the city, like where you're going. But if not, you're leaving at 1, 2 in the afternoon on a travel day. So it wasn't terrible. Back whenever I was in AAA, you were in and out every city in 3 to 4 days. So it was hard to like kind of get into a routine where now it's the schedule's
like actually unpack your clothes.
Right.
And,
feel like you're settled in for a week and whatnot.
Yeah.
You played elsewhere, now coaching. What is it about St. Louis? Because you call St. Louis home. And I know when you talk about your time as a player in St. Louis, your eyes get real big. What is it about playing?
Yeah, I think I think the city for one. I fell in love with the city, but it's also the fan base, the people here. It's you walk out. My wife and I would be walking through Clayton, walking our dogs, and our neighbors would want to stop and talk about Cardinal baseball and whatnot. So it's the fans are true baseball fans, where they're not just in it to be a fan. Like they know the ins and outs of the team and what so and so did the night before in a game. So it's like that stuff means a lot to me, and that's why I would love to be able to come back here and coach one day. But I think the city itself is such a sports city. Here with us in the Blues and now the soccer club, it's we got to get that winning culture back with the Cardinals to make them competitive again.
Have you been to a soccer game? That's Rock's favorite sport.
I have not.
Basketball, baby. You love that, man.
I heard the atmosphere.
It's pretty cool.
Absolutely electric.
It's pretty cool.
It's mostly the fans in St. Louis, but also the media is great.
There you go. Nice job, Cat.
It is pretty cool, though. Unless it's freezing cold, I guess.
Yeah.
Which, that's kind of difficult to deal with, but it's got a really good atmosphere, man. Really good atmosphere. You still training?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Like, what do you do for cardio? You run?
No.
That big buck, you can't, dude.
It's hard on the joints. Whenever my wife helped me like lose all that weight in off season of 16, started incorporating like 45-minute walks at like minimum 45-minute walks. And that's what I'll do now. I'll do that.
Just get it going, get the system going.
Stay in that, the fat burning phase and all that. Whenever I lift, I do like 3 full body lifts a week, two Pilates sessions, and then some cardio built in there. But I'll do after the full body lifts, I'll do a cardio finisher.
What about like just sit in the steam room?
Yeah,
just
we got a sauna in the basement.
Did you get one of those like just like the little ones?
Yeah, the infrared. We got a 3-person. They say it's 3-person, but I think I'm the size of 2 people.
You don't need anybody else in there.
But like my wife and I can fit in there. Like the kids use it. I think they're great. Are you a big sauna guy?
Yeah, I am. Steam sauna, like I got into it, man. Like we have one in the alumni room, and you could fit it in your basement. These are portable ones. They're not that expensive. Are they upkeep them? Like, can you pour? Do they have like
We don't have the one like the water. We have infrared.
Okay.
So it's all like you push
press a button, wait,
heats
and
up.
boom.
Yeah. Ours heats up fairly quickly. I think I was in there last night at 145 degrees for 25 minutes.
Ooh, 25.
And I
so 145 for 25 minutes.
Felt like a new man when I walked out of that
man.
thing.
Because I'm scared that I'm going to pass out in that thing, and I'm going to be in there for like 40
You could
minutes.
cook a turkey at that.
I know. Think about that.
It was
Flushes
nice.
you out.
Flushes you out. I had my nighttime magnesium drink with me,
right,
listening to some nice chill vibe music in there, and I fell asleep instantly. Straight sauna to shower, straight to bed.
Boom, dude. It gets everything out of you.
Yeah.
The Russians used to love doing that.
Yeah.
Hang with those guys. Like, no, come in here. I'm like, okay. But sometimes I'm in there. I'm like, I get dizzy because it's so hot. Some of these guys, you got to get used to it.
100%. You got to be hydrated too. You cannot
that's
the big. Even afterwards, you gotta make sure, because
sucks the
like
life
you said,
out of
it depletes everything out of your system. So
what about eating wise? Like, do you watch what you eat? Like, are you healthy?
Yeah, like I pay attention to what I put into my body, but I'm not as strict now as whenever I was playing. We talked a little bit about it a couple minutes ago, but I'm doing this intermittent fasting now where I try to get at least 12 hours from my last meal to the meal the next day after I wake up. But I've gone 15, 16 hours before, and I feel like
You feel okay. You're not
feel
edgy.
okay. I'm not-
pissy at people.
the first couple of days I was edgy, and I mean, obviously I'm a big dude. I like my food.
Yeah, man. me
And
too.
in the morning I need my coffee. So I mean, those first couple of days where it was like an adjustment phase, you did not want to be around me.
Like an angry dog.
Yeah. I was an angry bear,
If
that's
you
for
don't
sure.
eat for a day or closer, like you do feel thinner,
Oh God, yes.
like more. I don't know. I do
I mean,
it once in a
there's
while.
I mean,
You
there's
can go a
some
long
good
time without
studies. There's some good studies out there about it, but I've had teammates that have done like they've done the 72-hour water test or
my
whatever,
God,
and
dude.
some guys have done it a week. I'm like, you
UFC
talk
fighters do
about
that.
me doing that for 72 hours with no food. I think my wife would divorce me.
She would.
Yeah.
You know, I would. That's too much. I don't know if my body could even handle it. Like I don't know if I'd have a heart attack or
Right,
something. Like I
right.
don't trust myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what those fighters do, man. Look what they grind. They
I
basically
know.
are killing themselves.
Totally.
And you
Just to
see 'em-
make weight.
And their cheeks are sunk in like this, and then they one day they put it all back
Oh
on.
yeah. As
with
soon as
water.
they step on that scale, they get that weight that they're at, and then
Right,
they step off and they go.
They're 10 pounds heavier.
10
Yeah.
pounds like that.
Yeah.
But you can go a long time without eating, though. If your push
I
comes
know
to
because I
shove.
watch the show Naked and Afraid,
Ugh.
where they don't eat anything, and it's like 7 days.
You think you could survive out there?
No
You
way.
know what would get me? The bugs.
Yeah.
Of
Not
course.
sleeping
Yeah.
and not sleeping. Like I think I could do without eating a couple of days.
Yeah.
You can get the water, but the bugs and heat
Yeah.
and sleeping on sticks.
Are you an outdoorsy guy?
No.
I was gonna say,
I
like,
like it,
Okay.
but like
so if you got caught, if me and you got stranded out in the woods, we're kind of screwed.
I think we're screwed.
Okay.
I'd be able
I
to
think
build,
unless
be
you
able to-
unless you die first, and I'm like, I'm good for at least 2 weeks.
I could build a shelter.
So can I.
watch
I know how
Naked.
to make a fire too, as long as I have something.
All right, I could shelter.
Yeah.
You could build a fire. What the hell are you?
What are you
doing,
gonna do?
boy?
Can you fish?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. We're
Yeah.
good then.
I
We're
went
okay.
spearfishing a couple times. I think I'd be able
Yeah,
to
make a little spear,
Yeah,
kind of put a
I
little
think I'd
worm
be
in
able
there.
to get us
Get that thing.
a couple
You been
pieces of fish.
spearfishing?
Yeah.
Well, just a spear or a spear gun?
Just a spear out in Cuba, Missouri, actually.
Cuba.
Yeah.
And
My,
you got one?
Yeah, my stepkids, their dad's family has like a farm out there in Cuba. So we went out there. I think it's called Giggin.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
I
out
think
in front
Giggin
of
is
a
without a spear. I think Giggin
No,
is-
Giggins with a spear.
No,
Frog
Giggin-
Giggin.
Oh, that's right.
yeah Giggin. We were on the front of a boat,
Yeah.
and we were they have a flashlight at the front.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Frog Giggin, or just spear
No,
for
like fish.
for fish too. So
Yeah.
you got they're
Yeah,
they're right there.
I know, but
Get 'em.
yeah, it's you gotta be spot on with that thing.
I'd love to have acreage though, like in Cuba, like that. I would love to. Like I'm not a handyman.
Right.
If things go down, I'm gonna have to call people to come get things. I'll figure a lot of stuff out because of YouTube.
Right.
But I would love to have like 400 acres, man. Do what you want. Have a little cabin on there.
Yeah.
Have a creek.
Nobody's messing
No one-
with you.
Shoot your gun. Whatever
Yeah.
you want to do. Who cares?
For
I know,
sure.
YouTube can't help. Like,
Yes, it can.
no, I've tried.
You got to give it a
Telling
chance,
you.
Cat.
I've tried.
I've known guys that knew nothing about certain things, and now they're experts
I
on
have
it
a
just
phone.
because of that.
I have a phone. I call someone to fix something.
And you pay money. And you're paying money. I
Then
know.
If I do it myself, they're gonna have to come anyway and fix it the
If
right
it-
way.
Yeah, I think if you would get used to it, you would learn the little things first, and you feel better about the project if you fix it.
It's if you can cut out some of the costs. Like my example for me is that people for years were like, you can just learn how to do anything on your car on YouTube. And one time, I had both of my, and it was an older car, but I had both on one side, on one door, I had both the inside and outside handles snap off. And so I literally, and so I was like, okay, I'll learn how to do this. Took apart the door, replaced the handle. But there was a part to get the outside handle where you have to hook this thing like that you're blind to it. Like you had to hook it onto like a little thing, but you're blind. And I'm like, I tried it for like 3 hours, could not do it. Finally called somebody and they were like, listen, bring it up to the shop, just slip me a 20 and I'll get it. He goes, I know exactly what the issue you're having. He goes, I've done it 100 times. He goes, it's impossible to do if you've never seen it before. He goes, I got it. Literally drove up there, slipped him a 20, and he hooked it. It would have cost me like $300 to have them do the entire thing, but with the Amazon delivery, it took me 4 or 5 hours of my own time, $20, and then another 20 on top of it, and I actually got it all done.
Then you feel good about yourself.
So like there was one thing that I could not figure out. I did not have
afraid.
the expertise, but I saved money in the long run, and it took a little bit of my time, but I did feel pretty good about it afterwards.
Cars are
Good
different
for you,
now
Rock.
today, though.
Good for you.
Cars you ain't gonna fix
No.
yourself because of it's all computerized.
That
Yeah,
like you open
that
that
is
hood
true.
up, that's
you
going to be
kidding me?
very difficult to deal with. Very difficult.
Like you have to go to like MIT to fix your car.
Can you fix stuff around the house? If something happened, can you level up something, put a little hole? I mean, are you
Come
doing
on,
that?
Yeah, I can,
Okay.
but I don't think my wife would let me.
Yeah, I know.
She
My wife does everything. It's
she
embarrassing.
does it all. She loves all that
Yeah,
stuff.
she does.
Like I'll help like
Carry.
carry the
Mm.
stuff like to where it needs like the spot and everything, but she's the
My
she's the
hands like
interior
I'm slippery. I
decorator.
can't
Yeah.
even.
Two professional athletes here, ladies
We
and gentlemen.
are.
And don't act like
Embarrassing.
like,
We're talking
you know
about
what?
manly things here,
I
Jim.
mean-
Science comes into the chat and says, ask Big City about his cologne recommendation. I hear
Ooh.
he is the man in that area, and he's also a nice guy.
Oh yeah.
One of our chatters says you got the cologne situation going?
Yeah. I'm between two right now. Louis Vuitton Meteor.
Okay.
And then Creed Silver Mountain Water.
My kid has that. My kid, Tyler, who you know,
Which one's Tyler rocking?
he has all of them. He has his own business called tryafragrance.com.
That's awesome.
Online. If you don't want to buy a $400 bottle
Right.
of cologne, he has them all, and he sells like little tiny bottles at like obviously an affordable price, and you order a bunch, and then you figure out which one I want to
Hey,
buy.
shout out to Tyler.
Dude,
he
he's
is the
good.
man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Tryafragrance.com.
I'm wearing cologne now too because of Tyler. He got me cologne. I told you. I know.
That's
I have a
awesome.
smelling problem
I
too.
go, but here's the thing. I'm a creature of habit. So I don't change. And he's got a big selection. I got a bunch I've never even tried. Like I do sport, home sport. I can't remember. Allure sport. That's the one I wear.
Okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it. I stay with that. And there's a couple others. Some guys, Tyler's always changing, trying
I
different
might have
ones.
to jump in, Jim, because I've been Dolce Gabbana light blue pretty much my entire adult life. I discovered it when I was like 18 or 19, and I've just like rocked that cologne my entire life. I might need to jump on to tryfragrance.com and change it up a little bit.
You should do that.
I got to.
That's the
I
whole
used to be
thing.
obsessed with Curve and Cool Water. Remember that back in the day?
Yeah.
That's 90s.
I still go cool water. That's
Cool
my-
Water.
you
Yeah,
know what?
baby.
Cool water. That's
I
my
thought you said you don't change.
Well, here's the thing. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. I have one in the bathroom for when it's coming to work.
Yeah.
That's like kind of like a beater watch. I'll throw that on there. But when I'm dressy, I always go Allure.
Nice.
Sport.
Yeah, I'm starting to get into it.
What's your game day smell? Allure Sport?
Yeah.
Nice.
Working.
Do you sweat a lot?
Yeah, I'm a big
Are you
sweater.
bad? Good. I'm glad to
Yeah.
hear that.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'll be so college we played, I'm from Pennsylvania, so like
Slippery Rock.
we were out like in Lock Haven, which is eastern PA, end of March, snow flurries.
Oh, yeah.
Playing a doubleheader in snow flurries.
Oh, yeah.
30 degrees, snowing, and I'm soaked.
Soaking wet.
So it doesn't matter if it's 100 degrees out in a day game
Me too.
in the Midwest here in St. Louis, or it's 30 and snowing back home in Pennsylvania. I'm sweating.
Yep. It's bad.
If I'm
Really bad.
active, I'm sweating.
Like
But I love it.
like my suit coat jackets, I got to get them dry cleaned every single time I do something because I sweat right through them.
Well,
It's a pain in the
so
ass,
that's
actually.
but it's I don't know if you guys have this thing, but like
He doesn't have sweat glands.
I'll be fine, and then the moment that I'm on camera or
Oh,
something,
yeah.
like if I'm doing an interview or whatever, and I'm in like a suit jacket, I start sweating.
Didn't
I don't
think
know if
about
it's
it.
like nerves,
Mhm.
but
Oh,
like
you'll get
I'm
past
not nervous to talk. I don't know if it's just
Oh, your
The
adrenaline
light comes
starts,
on,
yeah.
you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Adrenaline starts flowing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you
like
can do,
it's happening to me right now, and I'm it's not even hot.
and no one's listening. which is good.
Exactly. Don't even worry.
But it's not even just talking about it.
Yeah, I get you, man.
I had, as Cam knows, when you look as good as I do, my kid, as a kid, my parents saw how beautiful I was.
Yeah.
They had all my sweat glands removed to prepare me for a career in television.
Sweat. It must be nice. He doesn't
I mean,
sweat.
that's
It's
so
unbelievable.
true.
He doesn't
You're
sweat. Think about it.
100-degree day game
Doesn't affect
out
him.
there, sun's being down on you, and you are drip, drop, dry.
He'll have a gray shirt on, a gray shirt that just sticks out like no other when you sweat, and you'll have nothing. It's good for you. Because if
Yeah.
you were a sweater, I think you'd be more stressed out.
I stay calm.
Yeah, you're pretty calm until you're not.
And you're really good
Oh, I'm
looking.
not.
Until you're not.
And it's a switch.
It's a switch, baby. What are you into, man? Like, what do you, besides baseball and all that stuff, like, do you into anything? Like, you watch documentaries? You into conspiracy theories? We talked about JFK for about 35 minutes.
I'm into some conspiracy theories.
What's your number one conspiracy theory?
There's a lot.
Don't say anything that's going to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Let's put guardrails on it.
That's why I went to play baseball. That's always my favorite one.
That's
Yeah. Okay. That's a big one.
I'm into this, the NBA betting stuff
Yeah,
that's out
baby.
right now. Like
Yeah.
I want
Chauncey.
to know the behind the scenes on that one, but
It's in baseball too.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. for sure. But I can't talk about that.
Back to Chauncey.
That's the conspiracy.
Imagine that.
This could be a hot topic, and like we don't need to get into the specifics, but I think like how the Twin Towers came down, like
That's number one.
yeah,
for me right now.
that's intriguing to me. But my wife and I are big time like true crime documentaries.
Yes.
We're like, if you would go through our search history on Hulu or Netflix or anything, we would probably get
Red
arrested.
flags?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you mean. They're curious. Just like this young girl on a cruise ship the other day, was with her family. She's found underneath the bed, underneath a bunch of life jackets. Like just stuff like that. That's going to come out.
Football coach missing.
Football coach missing.
On the way. Undefeated team going to the playoffs, missing. Then you find out they discovered he was missing after the police went to his house to investigate something. They didn't say what it was.
Yes.
And then the school district had suspended
Do you see that, Rock?
someone that they wouldn't say. I mean, it's crazy.
And there's stuff out there left and right with all this kind of stuff of how stuff doesn't get like noticed and like just swept under the rug.
Just like that. People.
Another one for me is aliens.
Yeah.
That I think the whole UFO, like
So what do you think? They're here?
they
They're
are
under the
definitely
water?
living. No, they are definitely living
That's my
with
brother
us.
right there.
So
baby.
are they shapeshifters? Like Rock could be an alien or a communist? Like
Can you be an alien communist?
so are you saying they're among us or they're watching us or what? Or you don't know?
I don't know. I think they're both. I think they're definitely watching us and listening to us for sure.
Well, not to the show per se. No one is.
No. Only
Oh, they're
20,
definitely listening to this show.
16.
But yeah, I definitely think that. I think they're among us.
Sometimes you have to go out in the country when there's no artificial lights and on a clear night stare up in the universe and you're like, yeah, there's things going on.
100%.
I mean, come on.
And in the ocean.
Yeah, undiscovered ocean.
No,
That's a big.
I'm not getting in the water
ever.
I like everything about the water. I like the peace that it brings you. I like the smell of being around water. I like being on a boat on the water, but I am not getting in the
in
water.
that ocean.
Even a lake where I know it's a man-made lake.
You're scared of what's underneath?
Yes.
Really? You're gonna get rid of that fear on a lake,
Wait,
I would
like
say.
eel or alien?
Cam.
Unless you're in Florida.
Or alien.
I ain't doing it in Florida. You're out of your goddamn mind.
No.
No way.
Even in a lake in Missouri, I'm not getting in the lake.
You'll be
Besides
because
those
of
catfish?
Yeah, or in the gar.
Or
Yeah, not a
because of
chance.
catfish, not because of potential alien.
No, yeah.
No, because
yeah.
there's a link
in a
to
lake. Yeah.
UFOs going into the ocean.
No, I know that.
you
Yeah.
know.
But ocean, I'm not getting.
That,
There's
uh-uh.
absolutely 0% of me that wants. We went on vacation in Hawaii, and that water is crystal clear. And we went snorkeling. We were like offshore.
Oh,
And I stuck my head down under the water and I saw what was swimming underneath me. And that's just what I could see. And I'm like, nope,
no.
get me out of this
And
water.
look how big he is too. And he's imagine you see that dark cloud. You're scuba diving, all of a sudden this shadow
Yeah.
swims by. You're like, what was that?
It's usually a school of fish.
Yeah, until it's not
Until
a
it's
school of
not,
fish.
baby. Until it's not. I also with the ocean, I wouldn't take a boat on the ocean. I'm not there yet. I know how to drive boats. I've had one since I was young, and I'll do it on rivers, lakes, whatever. But that ocean, man, it's tricky. I don't know it. I'm not comfortable around it. I'm not comfortable with the tide. Nope. Way too many horror stories.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of ignorant people that make money, including athletes, that buy a boat when they're near the ocean and they have no idea how to drive a boat and they get jammed up.
Yeah.
Get jammed up big time. Scary.
If I was in a position, I would want to own a boat, but I would also own a captain to maneuver
Take me
that
out,
boat.
baby. And I could have fun. You take me
100%.
home.
Yeah.
No doubt, man.
Yeah.
Cam has friends that take him on these
Yeah.
amazing trips where there's a captain and cooks.
Have you been on a yacht before?
Yeah.
A big
Game
one-
changer.
A big one.
Game changer.
Not probably as big as one as you.
But I didn't pay for it because I couldn't afford it. But it is an absolute game changer.
Yeah.
You go park down in the Exuma. Where do you want to go today? You have it all catered. Everybody's at your beck and call every single day. You can go hide underneath if you want. All the toys are right there. God.
That's amazing.
It's the best of the best.
I think I'd be fun to invite.
You would be.
You would be
You would
100% a
you'd
blast on
appreciate-
that trip.
I like people that appreciate things. I like guys that appreciate the beauty and what's going on. And man, oh man, little yacht trip. It's the best of the best. Hey man, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for
Seriously,
having
dude,
me.
seriously.
Thanks for
Come on
having me.
anytime,
City
dude.
in the
Absolutely.
City in the house, baby. Big city. Let's go. Hey, we're live at the Audi Exchange in Kirkwood right here. Come on down and say hey. We're going to go to break. Don't go anywhere. This is Hot Take Central 2.0. See, my hands are All righty, live at Audi Exchange in Kirkwood, Missouri. Right on Manchester and Woodlawn. Come on down. We're doing our thing. Hot Take Central 2.0. We got Cam Janssen, Jimmy the Cat Hayes, Matthew Rocchio, and we got Ed and Brody Herman in the house doing their thing. Ed looks very, very comfortable today.
I'm looking comfortable
jealous
and
of your
feeling
attire.
comfortable. You know what I was doing? You know, I should blame you.
You should.
For me almost having an Audi right now, because you know we came in and you were you had Matt Adams on, which was great. You know, I love seeing him. I love seeing all the old players. I was in the airport last night, ran into Andy Bennis was there coming back from somewhere.
He's
but anyway, but while I'm here, I'm start looking around the showroom. I gotta tell you, there's some sweet rides here.
Really cool.
Their electric vehicle, that Sport Track, whatever it was called, I thought that looked great. And then I've had my eye on this R8 that's sitting right behind you the whole time.
It is.
Are they going to give it to you as a gift for coming on today?
Yeah. Well, they said I could pick out anything I want. So I'm going in between that and there's another R8 back there.
Wow.
SUV.
God, they're
fast.
They are nice. Well,
badass.
That car has 15,000 miles on it, and it can be had at a price certainly within your range, but isn't that out of reach either?
No, it's not.
You know, those have the Lamborghini. A lot of people know, like Audi owns Lamborghini. The same engine that's in a Lamborghini is in all of those, like RS6.
Yes.
And that upscale SUV. I mean, they're
badass.
You're getting, and those cars are not that drivable, but these are.
Yes.
Like, to me, you're getting all the power of that engine, but you're getting something that's actually like extremely drivable. It's a lot of fun to drive. It's
awesome.
Yeah.
So
they look cooler than I remember the Porsche SUV came out a couple, like 10 years, 15 years ago.
When the Cayenne came out, and then the Macan,
and all that. But I'm looking at these. I see those on the road here, but I look at that. I'm like, I think it looks the same.
I think it's actually in the SUV world. I prefer the Audi to the Porsche, and the reason being that for me, Porsche, they kind of sold out their brand a little bit, like a lot of these companies did. If you're a sports car company like Lamborghini, like Porsche, that's what you should be making. And when they decide to stick their brand name on an SUV, it's fun, and it gives more people the opportunity to say, I drive a Porsche, I drive a Lamborghini. But I think it kind of corrupts, like, because in your mind, you're picturing, you know, in a Porsche, you're probably picturing in like a little 911.
Yeah.
You know, Lamborghini, we know what we're picturing down low with the doors that go up. And then when they pull up, and I'm sure it's the greatest SUVs in the world. So I'm sure amongst SUVs, they're wonderful. But like, at least Audi, if you get an Audi SUV, it doesn't feel weird. It doesn't feel like they're corrupting the brand.
Exactly.
It feels like it's part of the brand. It's just part of their line.
That looks beautiful to me.
It does.
Are you an SUV guy?
You know, I wasn't until I got my Tesla Model Y, which they call an SUV. But when I look at it, it doesn't look like an SUV. It just looks like a big egg.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like it. Listen, I'm like anyone else. I like the trunk space. But generally, I like to drive very small cars. I like to whip in and out of traffic. I like to get into little parking spots.
South City, too. Like, you're getting in and out.
Yeah, I like to zip.
Yeah.
You know, and even when I was heavier and I was a bigger guy, I would still shove myself in a small car like an idiot.
Just to get around.
Just because I want a little car.
What do you
Brody, you don't have to hold that up the whole time. For goodness sake,
I got the
be normal.
Look at
I got
that.
the rest
I do
of
the
the
same
section.
thing.
Holding his tumbler.
He's
I do the
promoting.
same thing.
I know, but you got
Right
this
there, baby.
He's got the shirt, the hat. Don't hold it. Don't hold it up like that.
I
Are
love
you
it.
kidding me?
I love
Do you
it.
see how committed he is to promoting his brand, folks?
You know what? That's what I
He
do.
will
That's
hold
what
it
you
up
gotta
the
do. You gotta
entire
promote your
time.
brand, absolutely.
You got to promote the brand.
What do you got coming up?
Oh, guys, we're going to be back live this Saturday at 11 o'clock a.m. right here on the Lou Information Station, 590 a.m. Wrestling on the Spectrum. We're going to recap AEW Full Gear, and we are going to preview WWE Survivor Series. We're going to be back at our normal time at 11 o'clock a.m. It's going to be great. Recapping AEW, previewing WWE. We're going to talk about everything.
Have they announced the big matches yet for Survivor Series?
They have.
What's the biggest one coming up there?
War Games. They have War Games at Survivor Series now. And in the men's War Games, they've announced all 5 members. So it's going to be Brock Lesnar, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, the Vision of Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman, the heels, the villains, going after the baby faces of Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. No, Brock Lesnar on the other team. I'm sorry, it's Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, the 2 World Heavyweight Champions, and the Usos are the baby faces. It's going to be a heck of a match. And, of course, John Cena will be defending his Intercontinental Championship against Dominic Mysterio. So we're going to talk.
He's handing it back to Mysterio,
Yeah, well,
right?
I like Mysterio, though.
Yeah.
I root for him.
Yeah, son of obviously legendary Hall of Fame wrestler Rey Mysterio. We're going to give our predictions on wrestling.
Let me ask you a question, Brody.
Sure.
When you rattled off, that's one match, and you rattled off like 10 major stars.
Yes.
Does AEW ever have any chance to compete
No.
when you have that kind of a lineup with the
come
WWE?
on. Are you kidding me? They don't have the star power. I mean, let's be honest here. They just don't. They've got a few notable names.
So
The star power that WWE has.
Is it just money? Is it just that
money.
they need more money?
Yeah, they just probably
Money,
money,
money, baby.
That's
Right? I mean, that's what it's got to be. But
that's what it's got to be.
I just don't know why they can't develop talent at that level and get them under long-term contracts to lock them in.
Training and development hasn't been as good as WWE's. WWE is a great developmental system. AEW just doesn't.
Did Brock Lesnar look different the other day? Did his physique look a little?
His
eyes were very puffy.
They were, but
people were critiquing his look.
Brock is a beast.
He also slipped and fell.
Yeah,
Did you see that? He slipped.
Yeah,
when he was running out to be whatever, he had a slip and fall.
I'm
He
surprised
fell
that
on his
happened.
foo-foo.
Surprised that didn't happen more often.
They're advertising Brock Lesnar to be WrestleMania. I mean, he's that physique for Brock Lesnar to have a lesser physique is still better than all of ours. I mean, Brock's a freaking beast. And
you haven't seen my physique.
WWE. I mean, in all seriousness, I mean, he's been there since.
It depends what you're into.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you want to see a guy who's kind of what they would call in the business skinny fat, skinny
Petite.
and clothes, then you get out and you're like,
Sheamus came back after his.
This guy's just a skinny fat guy.
It was like burger after burger.
Hey, you know who might be the next woman WWE champion? Could be Brock's daughter. She should probably get into it. Why not?
She should get a developmental deal, right? Brock should get, yeah. Why not?
I feel like
you ever see her?
How does she look? Because
she looks exactly like Brock.
The
Oh,
most
God.
jacked. She looks exactly like Brock.
So,
like
no
a
neck.
Viking coming on shore.
Yeah.
No neck. She has a mountain. She has a mountain where her neck was supposed to be.
Oh, what was that? Shot put. She wins a shot put all the time.
I think she's like the
Where does she wedge the ball?
She turns around. She's like, "Wah," just like her daddy.
I mean, his face is so small compared to the size of his head.
amazing.
Unbelievable.
So we started the show, and then I was looking forward to getting your take on this because I consider you a very smart gentleman.
Oh,
But we started
another one fooled.
We only hang out with smart people.
We talked about, because last night ABC had a 1 hour special on the JFK assassination, which got me back down the rabbit hole.
Yes.
Yep.
I told
Got me
these
back
folks,
in.
my dad had the Warren Commission report on bookshelves, the whole thing. So I read a lot, saw a lot of things about it. In your view, who is responsible for the assassination of JFK?
You know, and I've watched I didn't watch the ABC thing, but I've seen all the documentaries, the series, the movies. In my gut, I know this is not the popular opinion. In my gut, I feel like he acted alone.
I'm with you.
I do. And let me tell you what I think is really at the center of it. We actually talked about it earlier, Dave and I. I think that what happens is we don't want to accept the fact that somebody that alive, that relevant, that vibrant, that important can have everything immediately taken away by just an insignificant nothing, some dude in his 20s to take out that much life, the head of the country, the leader of the free world, a young, good-looking guy with a young family who was so filled with life. And I just think that we need to believe in our heart that there had to be more to it. We don't want to accept that somebody of no significance could take out somebody of such incredible significance. We want there to be more.
So I agree that he did it alone, but who helped him? So he was apparently on the CIA watch list. He took a trip to Mexico.
Yeah.
They tapped his phones. They followed him around. They knew he was a threat. He had been outspoken that he hated JFK, and the CIA knew this. So JFK does his motorcade through Dallas, and no one from the CIA let the Secret Service know about this threat, which to me could be just hubris on the part of, these intelligence agencies not working together. But there's something there. And then also the Jack Ruby out of nowhere.
There's a lot.
There's things that I understand why people question. But I'm with you. I think it's one shoot. To me, the mathematics of it all has to be the one shoot.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know that you can't really keep a secret in this world, and the only way you can even, I guess, have a chance is if you wipe out every single person that knew about it in the hopes of maybe keeping things quiet. the reality of it is, and I know a lot of people love conspiracy theorists, but you also, in real life, people can't keep their mouths shut.
It's true.
So to think that something could be sitting around for 62 years and with so much time passing, somebody would have said something. And the thing is, the truth probably has come out in one form or another, but when it's mixed in with so many other versions, you don't know what to believe. Take Jimmy Hoffa, another great somebody has to know. Well, we literally get an entire movie with the viewpoint of the person who's basically coming out and saying, I'm the guy. I was his close person on these years. I shot him. We in Detroit, we dumped him. And even with that, people don't believe it. They don't say, yeah, that's his version. He's claiming credit. He wants to have more significance now and more relevance in history, but he didn't really do it. So even when you have a full confession by the person who does something, we have just become so conditioned in our society to not even accept that. But we always want to believe there's more to it.
Do you think people with that scenario think that somebody else killed him? Or I think people are asking where they hide the body at.
Yeah, exactly where it is. All the theories. I mean, the reality of it is we act like it's hard to hide a body. The truth of it is, you can just, how many movies and TV shows have we seen? You pay off a crematorium, they burn the body, it's gone. You watch the entire series of Breaking Bad, they're putting you in a tube with you're dissolving you in acid. I mean, these things are not new scientific principles. People have been disposing of bodies for years. Consider this, okay? How many missing people are there currently? How many missing people have there been? I mean, over the course of time, millions. If you go internationally, millions. Where are they all? They're all gone. Bodies decompose. Yeah. We have vast oceans filled. It is not hard to hide a body. Once, if you can get it away from the initial scene, nobody's finding anything.
Even if you don't, like a Natalie Holloway situation in Aruba, he just threw her out there and then let the elements take over.
Exactly. Between other animals, predators, and natural decomposition, and I think it's just hard for us to accept as people that we don't like being told no. And having the universe tell you there are certain things you don't get to know, you're not going to know, you're not going to find out, and it's not going to be discovered. And we just don't want to accept that fact. Well, I could accept it. I couldn't care less.
And if you're looking to hide a body, I stuck one in DePere Lake.
Yeah, where do you?
No one ever found
DePere?
it.
That's it.
They tell you, River. I've done a couple there.
I tell you, they tell you no fishing.
It's in the ocean, or floated all the way down.
I think you're right. I think there's also the challenge, like the movie JFK, which I love, but was not even close to accurate. Raised a lot of questions for people who didn't really know the facts of the.
Yes, that's true. But you know what they should watch? Here's a great movie to watch if you'd like to see a version that really answers a lot of things better and will probably leave you feeling it was just one guy that did it. And that's a great movie called Parkland. Have you seen Parkland?
No.
Parkland was made maybe 10 years ago. Great cast, all-star cast. But what's great about it is it starts at the assassination and only covers 3 days. And because it only covers this little period of time, and it's called Parkland because a lot of people don't realize both of them were taken to the exact same emergency room at the same hospital, and it was the same crew working. So you can imagine one day they get brought in and it's the president and they're going to try to save his life. And then a couple of days later, they say, oh, and the guy that shot the president, now he's coming in. You got to try to save his life. And the same crew tried to save them both, and the same crew failed in both instances.
Was JFK still alive when they took him out?
I mean, technically not. There was no way they were going to be able to save either one of them. That said, it shows you that it really does a great job depicting the level of chaos of everybody frantically trying with no information, not knowing if we're under attack, not knowing who else is involved, trying to keep Johnson safe, getting him sworn in, tending to the wife, the chaos in the emergency room. When you saw it like that in real time, well, that's what it feels like. All of a sudden, all the little weird things that you see in JFK, in the movie JFK, they slowed everything down and made you feel, they gave time for people to be deliberating, plotting, and thinking.
Yes.
But when you see Parkland and you see it in real time, you realize, oh, no time for plotting and deliberation and conspiracies and cover up. There were just a lot of people desperate to react to this chaos that was put upon them that they were not anticipating.
Now, the remains of JFK's brain are missing. Did you know that? That's true.
But again, what does that mean to be missing? He had an autopsy. They pull it out, and they did an impromptu autopsy on a location where they normally wouldn't do these things at a time where everybody is trying to get information from them.
But they had the remains, I think, in the National Archives or something, sealed up, and now it's gone. I'm not saying
But
that's
listen,
part of the conspiracy.
What would it
It's
tell
just
you anyway? There's nothing about
If somebody
studying
wanted
his...
a piece of history,
Right, exactly.
It
kind of
just tells
gruesome and
me-
morbid.
It just tells me that this case is still interesting
Yeah.
after all these years.
It will,
Terry
it-
Crouppen
listen,
thinks it's interesting.
it will
does
always,
he?
it will
Yes.
always be
Terry.
interesting.
Mention that to him.
It'll
I love
always
it.
be interesting to anybody, and maybe at some point it won't be, but to anybody that was alive or have relatives that were alive that remember it, it will be interesting. It's captivating. I think it's a solved mystery, but I guess enough people want it to be an
I
unsolved
agree with
mystery.
you, but I also embrace the fact that people still question around the edges.
mob.
of it.
But the thing
CIA.
is yes, but you know what? But all that is making a list of anybody who stood to gain from somebody not being around. You could do that today. You could take, and I want to get political, but at any given time, you could take whoever the sitting president is. And if somebody were to take him out, and you could immediately put together a list of 10 different factions that stood to gain.
God, yes, yep.
And you could do it right now.
Yep.
When Biden was president, if he had been
Yep.
shot, you could have put together 10 names of people who benefited. Obviously, the current president, you could probably put together 1,000 names, 10,000 names. You could maybe put together 350 million names of people who would benefit. It doesn't matter. You could have said the same thing with when they shot Lincoln. There were factions. There was an entire part of the nation that stood to gain by Lincoln being assassinated.
Now,
So,
back then,
but
you
that
could-
doesn't make you a suspect list. That just makes you a tangential beneficiary.
Basically,
Doesn't mean
yes.
you're a suspect.
Remember, well, Booth did it, and then he jumps over the balcony, lands right on the stage.
Yeah,
I think he like breaks his leg.
he does.
He
Yeah,
crawls out, gets on a horse.
right.
gets
Still got out of there.
got out of there.
Eventually, they caught up to him.
But imagine like back then, like a wanted sign, they draw your face. Like nowadays, there's camera. I mean, it's a hard. You could dispose a body, but your sequence of events leading up to your connection with whoever you murdered, like it's everywhere. It's hard to really kill somebody, take their body, and not have anybody see it.
Well,
these days.
it's going to get harder and harder too, because forgetting, ever since the CSIs, when we started realizing DNA is on everything, and
everything.
everywhere you look, now you add to that there's literally a camera on every corner. You can piece those cameras together. And, did you guys watch on Netflix Money Heist?
Yes.
No.
If you never watched the series Money Heist, it was an overseas series, but it was dubbed in English, so you don't have to read the subtitles if you don't want to. You can just watch it in the English. It's brilliant. I can't believe you guys haven't seen that.
What is it?
It's Netflix, and
it's a
requires
series.
me to do something
Yes,
on my
it
remote
was
that I
just a
can't.
series on Netflix. They did a couple of seasons of it, but it was brilliant. And it was about a group of people put together to pull off the greatest heist that's ever been pulled off. Anyway, I forget the whole reason why I even brought it up to begin with, because I'm in such stun that neither one of you have seen it.
No.
Well, because we're dinosaurs.
Yeah, and the dubbing thing kind of gets me a
Oh,
little.
no,
bit
don't
too.
worry about it. You
Okay.
won't even notice it.
All right.
You won't notice it because it's dubbed. So they're speaking English. You're just watching it like any
Okay.
other show. It's brilliant. It's phenomenal. It's one of the best. I'm in shock. This is shock you're getting from me here.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
And now I don't even remember why I brought it up, but none of that's
It's hard to murder
relevant now.
people. I think that's the.
So, is there one conspiracy theory that you are interested in or do buy into? Because I love a nice conspiracy.
Of course.
You don't have to say yes.
I'm trying to think if there's one. I think my problem is I would love it if the people who were also into it didn't always seem like such loonies. I think that's the problem I run into. Or, I don't like to be a part of any group, because what happens is as soon as you're in a group, you're somehow forced to take on all of the attributes and positions of the other people in
I
that
agree.
group. That's why politically I remain independent, just because I just don't want to I don't want to be labeled anything.
You don't have to
I get that.
accept the team ideology.
I don't want any team ideology because it always breaks down. You can't agree with 100% of what any group of people has. Groupthink is dangerous.
That's why I'm an independent.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Hey, we want to thank Ed and Brody Herman. We want to thank Audi Exchange. We want to thank Gene Glass because that was Carl's Deli, by the way. Thank you very much for hooking us up. Check out Wrestling on the Spectrum. Love all you guys.
Thanks,
we will
Big
see
City.
you tomorrow. Big City. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Hot Take Central 2.0.
Woo!
Yeah, baby.
Thank you.
There you go. A quick
Right.
wrap up. And
Hey,